Hi everyone, it's Burgess, and today I thought we'd try our autumn theme. We continue with our autumn theme, and today try painting a hedgehog. I've already done the drawing. I'll leave this drawing up for you, so you can take a screenshot if you wish. So I'm going to start off by painting the entire, wetting down the whole hedgehog, leaving the eyes and that nose area so it doesn't get touched with the water. And we can start off with the lightest sort of colour, and I suppose the lightest one could be sort of, I would say, a little bit of raw umber, and we can just sort of paint the whole sort of hedgehog with it. Light umber, I think. If you find the hedgehog getting dry, you can always wet it down again. And it does get dry here very quickly because it's still hot, considering it's October now. It's still very hot outside, so you still find that it's still very sweaty when you go out. See, it is drying up, and I'm working by a window, so that just makes it a little bit more drying. I'm not sure how to. This is the first time I'm painting a hedgehog, so I don't know how it's going to actually turn out. I think what I want to do is just add a bit more around the mouth area. The nose, I think there's the nose, isn't it? It's not the snout or something, I don't know what it is. And we can sort of darken some areas here, keep it wet. I'm going to put different colours in and then use the skewer to try and put the needles in, or sort of to like depict the needles. And I'm using raw umber, which is sort of straight out of the pan. The photo reference for this comes from Pixabay, and I'm going to add a little bit of Van Dyke brown. I don't have raw umber with this, so I'm going to add sort of bits of Van Dyke brown to it here and there, like so. I don't want to cover the whole thing with Van Dyke brown, just sort of areas of it, and go back in with a bit more of the raw umber. It's more like a sort of an impression of the abstract sort of, I suppose. I'm going to add a bit of burnt sienna as well, actually. I think burnt sienna might work pretty well with this. You know what happened yesterday? I was quite upset. As you know, I don't have a place to work, so everything's sort of on top of each other. And yesterday I had a bit of an avalanche, and everything sort of fell to the ground from where I'm storing it. And 4 of my pans from my pallet fell under some furniture, and I ended up having to move the whole furniture to try and retrieve it. And that was really upsetting because, you know, I really want my own space, and it'd be nice to be able to easily set up a painting session and just start painting, and something that's possible at the moment already. I'm not even sure whether it will be actually. One of those sad, annoying, upsetting things for me. Add yellow ochre to this as well. Keep it wet, because what you want to do is to be able to put the skewer in and start putting marks in, and that's not going to work if you find that it's too dry. And I'm going to add some burnt umber to it. Sorry, I keep calling it burnt umber, but I suppose it's light burnt umber. wonder if I should try sort of. I want to have the dark bits in as well, so let's just put some dots in like this. A bit wet. I still need to keep it wet. Let's try with the thing and card of the. See what happens. Things are scraping. I think what might happen is that once I start putting extra more colour in, it might just settle into the grooves. And this is the first time I'm sort of painting anything like this, so it's something that it's a bit of an experiment, really, isn't it? I'm going to add burnt umber. Hopefully it'll settle into the grooves there. I think I want to lift some of this out. Just a little bit of a lifting here. And darken this here. I'm going to change to the rigger now. A bit more yellow ochre. Yes, I mean, I'm not saying I've done this. I've never done this before, so I mean, if it goes wrong, it really does go wrong. But I'm going to put it up anyway because another YouTuber advised me that just even if you think it's gone wrong, just put it up. You never know, somebody might actually like it. So I'm going to do that because I think that this is not the best. It's just a question of building up sort of colours, really, isn't it? Just to give a bit of form, I want to just lift out a bit more here. There. It might come to life when we put the eyes in and the snout and the ear. It might. I'm not saying it will. we'll go back in with a little bit of colour here and a little bit of colour along there. Always scrape out, you know, this is very good for scraping this paper. And dots in here. This is Van Dyke Brown. I want to do a bit more lifting along here. And what I want to do in its place, just add a bit of dark sort of accents along sort of sided, like really dark. I'm running out of Van Dyke Brown, to be honest. And then the leaves I'm just going to leave as sort of nothing elaborate, just a suggestion of the leaves around. This paper is good in that it lifts very easily. You can lift off colour and then put back in any highlights you feel like are needed. Like here, I'm putting in sort of, not highlights, sort of shadows, sort of adding in. I feel like some of the needles are sort of missing, so let's just put those in. Using raw umber. This needs to be a little bit higher. We can add a few dark sort of accents in there. Sorry, am I too low? I'll try and speed up a little bit to speak a bit louder. I'm going to try and lift a bit more, maybe from here, a little bit more. And once it's dry, we can try and a bit more darken. Okay, now I'm going to put the eyes in, and for that I'm going to use black. I mean, I could have used I think it might need a bit more. Maybe I'll go in with a pen. And I want to put this sort of snout in there. Excuse me. Let it dry. And then once it's dry, we can put in the actual snout. There's a snout on the side. Let's just take that out. It's been over the edge there. Once it's dry, Again, there's this color which comes in quite handy. As you can see, it tends to be opaque, and we can put that in to sort of lighten areas that we feel we might have lost. And this is from the Pelican range. For some reason, it's pretty opaque. As you can see, it's sort of lightening. And I want to lighten some areas here as well. Just make it look like a bit of hair, really. Sort of fur, rather. You can put it here as well. And I want to darken a teensy-weensy bit right under the snout here with the raw umber. Then we take a little bit of Indian red, and you can put some Indian red up there as well. There are bits of Indian red in the hedgehog, and I'm using the rigger for this. Picking up enough here. Let's put more in, and I want to put a bit here as well, like this, sort of a cheek. And we can always put some in the fur too. Let's just use a bigger brush for that, and a little bit in the needles, so it looks like it's part of it and not just something new. And just finally more dark accents here and there. And with the rigger, I'm going to put some ears in, and for this I'm going to use black. I mean, you can barely see it, so I'm going to have to try and sort of make it seem like it's sort of there, covered a little bit by fur. Now for snout here. Snout there, sort of curls over. And what I want is to add some leaves. Now the leaves can be sort of, any color you want, really. We're just aiming for a sort of a, doesn't matter what it is really, just some blue in. Doesn't matter if it goes outside the lines. Lift a few things out. Work on this sleeve now as well, so Let's just give it a sort of a reddish sort of tinge, sort of full on red really. Just put the full on red in there. And we can make it a sort of a dark orange as well with it. And another orange. Some burnt sienna to that as well. And we can sort of do some scraping. We can make this one sort of yellow in the middle. Let's add some sap green to it. And again, it's just showing it's autumn. And a bit of Indian red. A bit more Indian red. The Indian red go all the way inside there. And just sort of play around with it. And we can add a bit of orange to that as well. And again, we take the skewer and it going in there like that. And again, you can add whatever colors you want. So if you find that you want to add some reds to it, go ahead. To that one, I want to add some burnt sienna on the side. You can add some orange in that and some sap green. And now we're going to add it to the final leaves. And again, let's start off with some yellow. Some red on the outside. You can sort of go over the hedgehog a little bit because it's meant to be above it really. We can add sort of burnt umber, burnt sienna, or burnt, sorry, this is Indian red. Burnt sienna to the ends of that. Lighten it and just pull it in just to give the stem, but the stem doesn't need to be exactly anatomically correct, or botanically correct rather. And what I want to do is burnt umber. Sorry, I keep calling it burnt umber, but it's not. Just put that in, and what we're going to do is put that and that in. And finally, I want to add some sort of shadows underneath. And for that, I'm going to just use, whatever color of the bright colors I've got here, which are very autumny, and I'm going to put them sort of in between the leaves here, changing up the color a little bit. To wet it down. And put more really really dark sort of umber in the middle there. And we're going to darken it even more by adding ultramarine blue to it. And that really darkens things when you add it to burnt umber or burnt sienna. And I'm going to push it up a little bit. That up a bit as well. Now I'm going to try and splash some colour, splatter rather, with the brush. And I don't know whether I can do it, but again it's going to create a mess in the room. But at the bottom I feel like needs something. And what I will do is I'll take some red and burnt sienna all together. It needs a bit more on this side. I still think this leaf, this one needs a little bit more definition. So what I'm going to do is take some burnt umber and on the side here. And maybe on this one as well. Reinforce. So here we are. Here's our. Have I missed anything? No. Oh, maybe I have missed one thing. I want to make it look like the ears are covered a little bit by the pines. So I'm going to just a little bit here. And go back here a little bit here as well. I still feel that that hedgehog needs a little something. I'm going to put one more layer of the eye in. And one more. Just seems not dark enough. Maybe I need to really get that right up, you see. Okay, one more. I'm going to let it dry and then I'm going to go back in. A little bit more here. A little bit more on the other side. Yeah, so here's our hedgehog in autumn. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And do consider subscribing. And I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.